Hey, it's Sheldon with TigerTough here. Right now I'm going to show you how to put these seat covers on the front seats of a Chevy truck. Before we start putting the covers on, I like to raise the seat up all the way. It just makes it so that when you need to get your hands and stuff underneath the seat, you can do that a lot easier. So we'll just slide that up. And then we'll also put the headrest up. We don't need to take this headrest off, but we'll just push the button on the side and pull it right up. That way everything starts getting ready. The next thing we got to do before we put the covers on is release this carpet flap right here. And there's 2 elastic straps with plastic hooks on them. Number 1, and there's number 2. So you can see right there, this flap has to be released so that we can pass the cover between the seat back and bottom. I'm just going to tuck them up in this pocket here to hold that up. And then the cover will have its own flap that goes down there. The first cover that we're going to put on is the seat bottom cover. So I'm going to undo all of the hook and loop, and then I've already got it in my pocket, but the string lock will be attached to one of these strings. And then just double check you're working on the right one. So you can see there, we got the passenger tag. Working on the passenger seat, we are good to go. And we're going to start by just putting the cover over the seat, trying to get the seams around the cover lined up with the corners of the seat. And then we're going to take this flap right here, push it right between the seat back and the seat bottom. And then that flap that we removed before would have been in the way, but since we removed it, it's not. Okay, I'm going to make sure that this flap is all pushed down the side here like that. I like that a lot. Then we'll just get rid of these 3 flaps here. So they are just all going to run underneath the seat all the way to the back. On the outside of the seat, so this is the side closest to the door. It's the same on the driver's side, it's the side closest to the door. You just want to run the cover up over top of that metal piece right there. So that way the cover's not pulling on it when you pull it down tight. So now we're going to start right up here in this front corner and start tucking the cover inside that plastic trim. So not only does it make it look better, but because there's a string sewn all through here, it actually catches on that trim then and helps hold it in place. And then finally, this is super important, I'm going to push the actual cushion off to the side. And then we've got the string right here that just pushes down. So you can see here's the metal frame of the seat, right where my finger's pointing. The string is going down inside of that, so between that and the actual cushion. And this is what's going to make sure your cover doesn't shift. So this string right here is from the side of the seat that's by the center console, and that we just pushed down when we put the cover on. This here is the string that we pushed down along the side of the seat cushion, between the cushion and the frame. And then I've got them and I've ran them in front. So here's the rear seat mount where the back of the seat mounts to the floor. You want to run them in front of that. Both sides, pull them nice and tight. Then we'll secure them with the string lock. So we're going to take the string lock, run the string in one end just like that till it starts to come out. And then I just pull it off to one side and then lock the string into it just like that. We'll do the same on this side. String goes in. Once it comes through, we just pull it up tight till it's nice and snug and lock it in. That's super important because now that we've locked those 2 strings together up underneath the seat, that's what's going to keep your cover from shifting side to side when you get in and out. Now we'll just take this flat that we pushed through on the top before. I'm just going to pull it nice and tight, fold it underneath the seat, and then start securing these straps. So there was 3 that we pushed through there before. Pull them as tight as you can, because the tighter you pull them, the better your cover is going to fit. I'm just tucking that loose end of string up inside there because it looks better. And that's it for the bottom. Now we're going to cover the seat back. So I've got the cover here. Started undoing some of the straps, so you have to undo them here on the bottom and here on the top. Now, double check the tag on the back. It says passenger, so we're good to go. Also, when you're installing these, there's two tags over here. There's the TigerTough tag, and then there's the airbag tag. These have to face the door because that's where the airbag deploys out of your seat if you get into a wreck, and that's where we have the release stitching sewn into the cover. Okay, turn the sucker halfway inside out or so, and then it goes up like that and pulls down over the headrest. So what I'm doing, when I'm twisting it side to side right there, when I went to put it on, it was crooked, so this is the corner of the cover. That's where I was just twisting it so that that lined up with the corner of the seat. So we've got it most of the way down, but it's starting to get tight. So we'll go around to the back and tuck that flap that we removed earlier up inside the cover. So you can see here that the cover was catching on that flap. So we just pulled the cover over top of it. And the reason we make it like this so that you don't have to remove that flap is so that if you ever get rid of the truck, you can just take the covers off, put the flap back where it belongs, and she's just like new. That's good, let's go back around to the front. Now that we got that sorted out in the back, this just peels right down the front like that. So before we do anything with these, let's go back up on top of the seat, and we're going to tuck these flaps inside the cover, like so. Just like that. And now we're not done quite yet, because while this will work, it doesn't look very good. So what I do is just like that. So take the cover off to the side a little bit, tuck it under one side of that plastic headrest trim, slide it around. That way you get that nice, clean, finished look up there. Now we can secure this baby. We got these three flaps. They need to go between the seat back and seat bottom, but this is the hook, part of the hook and loop. It will try to stick to everything. So to prevent that, fold it over on itself like this. It doesn't stick to the Cordura, but it will stick to the factory seat. So I fold it over and then just push it through. That lets it slide through super easy without having to fight it. If you forget to do that and it sticks to the seat, it's no big deal. You can just give it a good hard yank and it'll come out, but this is easier. And I like easier. Okay, those are all pushed through. Let's finish this up around the back. So there's all three of our flaps that we pushed through. Good to go. Now this one here wants to hang down in your way, so I just hold it up with one hand. And now these here, you want to pull these as tight as you physically can. You won't hurt the cover, you won't hurt the seat, and you'll make the cover fit really, really good. So I just pull them straight back and then up. Just like that. Straight back and up. There we go. So now I know that this cover is cinched really, really tight down the front of the seat. So we take this flap, and then this replaces the factory one that is now folded up inside the seat. There we go. So we got these on really, really well. But you can see there's a couple little tiny wrinkles here. If you do get big wrinkles here, these are totally normal. But if you do get big wrinkles here, just press on them like this, push them out to the corner of the seat, and that'll sort them out. Just like so. Now we just got to cover the headrest and we're finished. So you can see the headrest cover here's got one long flap on it. That hangs down the front so that this hole lines up with this button. Just like so. So I like to slide my hand down the whole front of the cover like this here. Helps get everything nice and smooth. Wrap that tail up around the back and fold it down. And you push this here button to put the headrest back down. And now when we were working on this part of the headrest, we tucked the cover underneath of it. On this part of the headrest, you can't do that because of the way that the frame is inside there. So just give the cover a little twist to make that hole line up with the button as good as you can, and you're finished.